Hey everybody, welcome to Kame House Party. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Vince.
It is the only continuous Dragon Ball podcast in the entire universe. We know all the other Dragon Ball podcasts, they quit or they mysteriously disappeared. Those Martians, they tried to do a Dragon Ball podcast, but it just didn't last.
No, Elon and his Martian colony, they started podcasting and broadcasting them back to Earth, and it did not work and it didn't last. And I'm not trying to tell you that, if you are a Martian who's come back to Earth at this point, that maybe you should have thought that through a little bit more. But look, you did it. You went on a long extended vacation, and now you're back and you're listening to Kame House Party. And we're so excited again to have you
Vince,
back on.
I don't know why I'm covering this because they've all read it in your New York Times piece. Mm-hmm. Martians go home, parentheses, by home I mean Earth.
Yeah. I've made a lot of headway there. And getting my own pieces out. It really does feel good for my voice to extend a little bit further. But I can't only talk about my most recent accomplishment. You, Aaron, have been, everywhere directing stuff. You directed the most recent episode of SNL, Sunday Night Live. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. Truly amazing. You brought Pete Davidson back. Nobody was able to get him back, and you did that.
No, he disappeared for 2 years. Turns out he just getting high, and I convinced him to come back without breaking the bank, I might add.
That's why Lauren's AI loves you.
We'll get into our plugs at the end, but we got to start the show, and the first bit is Kame Housekeeping. It's to get everyone ready for the Kame House party ahead. And the first order of Kame Housekeeping is the officially recognized by the UN world famous 1 minute roundup.
Well, it seems as though I'm sorry. As the doctor here in this town, it has fallen upon me to tell you, Mr. Cratchit, that your dog has died.
Good. You wanna wrap him up, and I'll be on my way.
I'm sorry. I'm a doctor here in the West. And
a vet. I don't want to be nitpicky about it, but
fine. I am a veterinarian doctor here in this town, and I'm confused by your readiness to accept this dead dog that I truly don't want to return to you because of your attitude.
It is my dog. My dog was sick. We can all agree. I've been here many a time over the year. I've gone through those stages. Denial. I denied he was dying. I tried to bargain with you. I tried to suck your dick.
And I'm not saying I hated it.
Look, but apparently that doesn't make you a better doctor. That was on me. I was misinformed.
I wish you would just ask to do it any other time than when I was actively trying to heal your dog.
Yeah, that, in retrospect, might have been a deterrent. But anyway, then hold on, let me pull out this paper. Click, click, click. So we got denial, bargaining, anger. Yes. Right after the act that we've discussed before. Boy, yes. Was I angry for a few reasons.
I will say that you went through all the stages very quickly and very much in front of me with my pants down.
Don't forget depression.
Yes, I had to console you for nigh on 2 hours after the act and the anger.
I raided your freezer, which is, good for you for having a freezer out here. I ate all your Neapolitan ice cream. I was covered in a blanket.
And I provided you any kind of psychological service I could.
Yep. You're just a counselor. You just got a master's. Not a doctor there. Again, I hate to be a bugaboo about it, but
And now you're starting to get on my nerve. You seem to want to point out at any given time that I'm not quite a doctor, but at least I'm not a dentist, okay? I'm not one of those guys that
What's
cuts
wrong with
hair.
being a dentist?
I'm not one of those men who cuts hair and also does your teeth. You know, that's insanitary and insane.
I will not have...
on my it's my time. Now it's my time because I stick my hand up cows' butts all afternoon for what?
Just to see if they're healthy, I assume. I'm sure it's not for a pleasure thing.
Exactly.
I will not have the time-honored profession of dentistry that will never change be sullied by the likes of you. Please, I've explained why I am accepted my dog's death. Please give me the body so that I may have a proper burial at my dentist office. I'm
fine. You can take your dead dog.
All right, I'm taking my dead dog.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I have its cold, lifeless body in my arms, I'm reverting. I'm gonna do it in reverse. No. Why's my dog dead?
Oh no.
Wait, I skipped a step, sorry. Why is my dog dead? Dog dead? Please don't let my dog be dead. Oh,
don't pull down
I'll
my
do
pants.
that thing again.
Don't pull down
and seed. Now, as our billions of listeners know, that the 1 minute roundup, the beginning, we do a Western theme to loosen our improv muscles. We used to say tighten, but we learned it was actually loosened to get us ready for the episode ahead. But the 1 minute roundup proper is where one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball so far. We're talking Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball XD Turbo. All of them.
Don't forget Dragon Ball Heroes Rising 8. Don't forget that one.
I know when they made all the movies canon and then just numbered them. Those were long episodes. Go back in, listen to those. But
yeah, you got to go back and listen to those.
But Vince has to summarize all that in under a minute. Are you ready?
I mean, I've done this how many times? It's not like I can mess it up this time.
500-ish?
So, I'd say about 500. Bro, I'm about to break into another hundo.
Ooh, boy. Boy.
R.I.P. Scott Arkerman. R.I.P. R.I.P. the Podfather, the father of Earwolf.
It was nice that they invited us to.
It was really nice
as pallbearers. It was real. If I can talk about that funeral for not to bring anything down, but it was weird that he requested that everyone, all the pallbearers, dressed like Pallbearer, the old WWF character.
And I don't know about you, but I was surprised at how good Paul F. Tompkins looks in a singlet.
Yeah, he got a little confused. Most people just wore a suit and carried an urn and painted their face white. Well, Vince, I hate to bring this up, but I think that people need to know. I mean, it was all over TMZ 2.0. You dressed as David Schwimmer's character for the movie The Pallbearer?
I did. Yeah, Daniel Tosh of TMZ 2.0 really roasted me on that one. I mean, I can't. Look, that's what I went as. I didn't consult anybody, and I mean, my kids thought it was a bad idea, but what do they know?
God, another classic kid roast from Vince.
Yeah. I don't want to roast my kids too much. You guys know me. I'm like, when I want to dig into my kids, I'm just like, kids. Like the other day, I went to the garage where I usually record in like my garage studio. So I have like 2 garages, and one's a garage studio. I call that the garage. And then the other one I call the car place. And so I go to the garage, and my kid is there, and I'm like, hey, who told you that you could color on the walls? And they said, I'm 12. Screw you. And I was like, kids.
You put your hands on your hips.
Uh-huh.
You hit the butt. You did have that laugh track installed in your home.
I wanted to say that I actually had canned laughter installed in my chest.
Oh, you got that done finally? Is that why we missed last week's record?
That is why we missed last week's record, and I'm not going to do it on pod. I get really bad feedback when I do it on pod,
Yeah,
but
don't.
Just know that wherever I'm going, it's going to be a fun time.
I can't wait. And I also can't wait for you to do this roundup because you're stalling. Classic Vince. You're acting like it's 15 years ago. Stop stalling. We never do this anymore. Come on.
I know. Here we go. I got to be more professional these days. It's just been a weird week, you know? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so collect all 7 Dragon Balls. You can make a wish or anything at all. Goku starts if he's really, really small. He goes on adventures with Bulma and everybody else. And he stops with Emperor Pilaf, all that kind of stuff. Then in Z, he gets a little bit older. He has a son. And that son goes off and does all kinds of stuff. And Goku does all kinds of stuff. And he gets a lot stronger. And blah, blah, blah. Cell, blah, 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 blah. Majin Buu, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, Dragon Ball GT. It's between Super and the rest of them, and it's like Goku gets turned back into a kid, and then blah 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 blah, and then Dragon Ball Super happens, and there's a tournament of power where Goku has to fight a gray alien named Jiren, and he meets Lord Beerus and all that kind of stuff. And then in XD4, Goku is sharing the body of Vegeta, and they go off on an adventure into space, and they fight Moro, and they defeat him, and it's really really cool. It's really really short. And then in XD4, XD5, Goku and Piccolo are one. Like that, they're just one thing, and that's where we are now. I skipped a whole lot of stuff, but Goku and Piccolo just became one thing. They're no longer doing fusions.
I'm still flabbergasted that not only did they make GT canon, but said it came before Super.
Yeah.
That Toriyama on his deathbed, R.I.P. again.
I mean, and we got that personalized message from him.
I know. He said we were his sons.
Yes.
That he loved us. And that he was more proud of us than his years of being a Mankata.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me release that.
Yeah.
Because that was a big moment.
We have that cry track installed. And
I
you're
do.
still working out the bugs.
Sometimes it just happens. Oh, sorry.
Well, Vince figures out his body. We have to move on to the next part of Kame Housekeeping, which is to let you folks know that we watched 2 different versions of the episode. I watched the English subtitled version. Vince watches the English dub version. And, well, normally we get into the episode, we talk about the titles, and then we'd laugh about it, and like how weird somehow the US versions got real weird in their titles.
Oh my God, the US version titles are almost indecipherable at this point.
Words I don't want to say into a microphone.
Exactly. We'd have there'd be long bleeps and some creeps and a few sweeps, but mostly beeps.
Vince, of course, quoting Spaceballs 2.
Spaceballs 2, Spaceballs Harder, which I got to voice.
I know his famous line, okay, is what I was getting at.
Thank you.
You got to voice. Just say your character. Go ahead. It was right there.
I was embarrassed by this name. It's Carl Winslow Jr. Jr.
Yeah, that's a roll of a lifetime. You bought that garage. You bought the garage. You got the car place with that check.
Oh man, what I was able to do with that check. By the time the movie came out, we had been so well established at that point that I kind of got cast because of the work that we do here. And I just got to thank everybody involved. Our huge production team at this point, they're like 6 deep. They're all behind me. And then, of
I'm
course,
still a one-man operation, but
yeah,
I do see your production team.
Aaron can see my production team, but Aaron wanted to keep it simple. And I mean, I'm using simple in your, and now Webster defined Aaron quotes. So, I mean, you can tell the people about your setup because it's nothing to sneeze at. Not even a little bit.
Look, I don't know why I'm rehashing this because everyone knows. I got my house off the coast of Georgia. If you check, I want to say within the 13s. Before episode 13, I talked about this. I called my shot. Vince never got to go sell pineapples in Hawaii, but I got my island in Georgia.
Yeah.
And it's the house of podcasting. I'm walking around right now. Again, everyone knows this, but there's a microphone strategically placed everywhere around the house. So no matter where I'm at, I can podcast. You know what? And then my lovely robot wife.
Oh,
you see her in the background.
I see her in the background. She looks great. Hi, good to see you. And yeah, I think it's so cool that you have a podcast house. I'm never gonna get over it. I know we talk about it probably a little too much. But
yeah.
You have like this app on your phone, and whenever we are recording, you always just you're like, all right, today's the day that we're recording, and you just hit record. And then you are recording everything all day. You spun some of that off into its own podcast. But imagine there's never going to be any feedback. Your house is designed for this, and it's cool.
Yeah, it's even when I walk across the shore, I've had some I've trained some crabs to follow me around with mics. So even if I go outside.
That's why they call you King Crab down there.
I'm, again, still very allergic, so he cannot touch me. But look, we ended up talking about ourselves again. I'm sorry. Because it's an important episode because we have to tell y'all that we ran out of Dragon Ball to talk about.
That's right. Last week was everything.
All the movies, all the games, all the Quibi episodes. God, that's still around.
I don't know. If you would ask me, I don't know, around episode 13 or so, if there would be if Quibi would have lasted the test of time, I'm pretty sure I may have sold you. It won't back then, but here's egg on my face. You told me to
sell all my stock.
I told you to sell all of it. I told you, Aaron, you sell all that stock. And I mean, you're a great friend and you did, but I'm sorry because Quibi took off like a rocket.
Yeah, who?
Quibi took off like a literal rocket.
And then they took a literal rocket and set it in space so the Martians could get Quibi.
And look, I know I've talked a lot about my planet exclusivity, right? But look, if you wanted to go to Mars, you can't have all the creature comforts of Earth. Make your own stuff, Mars. That's all I'm saying, Elon.
You go to Mars, you eat potatoes. Like you're supposed to.
Yeah. Like Kyle Damon.
Who starred in The Martian too. Wait, again? That's a subtitle.
Yeah.
Wait, I got stuck again? We didn't learn from the last time? It was a long title.
It's a super long title.
Titles have gotten weird, guys. We all know this.
I mean, I don't know if that was an industry trend, but when Donald Glover got to direct that one, he went all the way with it.
Yeah.
Also, we did not say, but Donald Glover also directed Spaceballs 2.
The all-black cast.
All-black cast.
All-black crew.
It was me, Issa Rae, Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian.
Somehow. Well, Disney owns it. That's how.
Yeah.
I don't know why
it was more... It was like a weird crossover because the hologram of Sam Jackson was there as he played two characters since we had the license. He was Mace Windu and Nick Fury, but it was like a Spaceballs version of Nick Fury. So his eye patch was like half of his body. Nick Furious, I believe the name they gave him. That was the name they gave him. I had to do a lot of race car sound effects for Nick Furious. I did. I did. That seemed like a first thought thing in the writing room in the script. Yeah, I tried to stay out of there, but Donald kept pulling me, and he's like, "You got ideas?"
You had that guest track on his latest album.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? Tiger's Eyes Are Dying Fine is the title of Donald Glover's newest album. He doesn't go by Childish Gambino anymore.
He's Manish Gambino.
Manish Gambino, and yeah, if you heard his like number, yeah, it's the number one track right now. It's Candy, 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 and you may recognize this. Candy, candy, candy. Ooh, I love that candy. Come on, give me candy. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah, he's the hook.
I'm the hook, baby. I bring you in. I bring you into that world and into that concept album of Donald Glover taking his great grandson into a candy store. Hashtag Black Excellence.
You had that Twitter feud with his great grandson because he thought he should have, since it's based on him, he thought he should have done the hook.
And like, I listened to the kid's hook, and it's subpar at best. He was not. Look, he said he did it at home, and we got into this whole thing about audio quality, and all that stock I had in Yeti early on paid off because I'm controlling stakeholder now. And boy, oh boy, has it been fun to make microphones just for my voice. I mean, no one sounds as good as I do anymore, Aaron. I own everything voice. Okay.
Oh, I'm paying you, and I'm happy to do it, but I am paying you immense licensing fees for these to get custom Aaron microphones.
Yeah, everybody's got to get custom microphones for yourself. Again, how I could afford the speaker in my chest, how I could afford a garage and a car place and a home.
Yeah. Still in the city.
Still in the city.
Well, you were watching. I remember I was with you when this happened. We were watching Up, and we saw. You have the old man after his wife dies horribly.
Ooh.
They. I mean, this was the remaster where it's like a horrible car accident. I don't want to get into it, but I'm just for reference.
For reference, the remake remake is real.
Yeah, the Snyder cut of Up got wow. Anyway, so you saw where he has his like little bungalow, his 2-story home in the middle of the city, and then you're like, I want that, and I said, I don't know if you can do that, but you did it.
I did it. It's hard to install a car elevator when you definitely don't need one. I don't have a car, but I have a car place.
Yeah, still. I mean, it's still New York. You don't need a car.
Mm-hmm.
So, Vince, we're getting sidetracked again. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I understand. It's a sad episode, and I hate to be the one to tell y'all, but it's the last. We ran out. There's no more Dragon Ball. We can't keep doing the podcast. This is the end.
And I just want to say thank you, Mr. President LeVar Burton. He told us, actually. He wrote us that lovely email. Like, he wrote into the pod because he was a big fan. When he found out that it was over and this American institution is ending, I'll read a couple excerpts.
Okay, yeah.
Dear Kame House Party boys.
I'm in my 50s. I don't know about that, but continue.
It's been a heck of a ride. And when I started LeVar Burton Reads, I was thinking of you guys. And when I began my political campaign, I had Kame House Party on my mind. Thus, the provisions for podcast excellence, podcast procurement, and freelance podcasting were put into law, allowing all podcasters and vocal artists the ability to claim internet on their taxes. Furthermore, I would like to send these decorative medals of honor, seeing as meeting in person would just be a burden to the American people's money on taxes, because I would throw you guys 18 parades, 22 parties at the White House alone if I could. But unfortunately, Vice President Little Dicky won't allow it. Keep up the good work, and we look forward to your next podcast. Keep fighting.
I
Signed President LeVar Burton, co-signed by Vice President Little Dicky.
Look, well, first of all, we all know that if someone says keep fighting now, it's a law that you also have to say it in response.
Mm-hmm. It is a law. It is a law.
Even for us, which is weird, but I can't believe he emailed these medals to us.
He did. He emailed the medals to us. I mean, it's digital. It's 2035. It's digital, Aaron.
It's a GIF.
Yeah. It's a beautiful gift.
Sorry. We all learn that it's pronounced GIF.
Sorry. Jeez. I mean, we're just of a certain generation. Don't moosify us, okay?
Yeah.
Don't moosify me,
Yeah.
okay?
Please don't cancel us. We're canceling ourselves because,
Yeah.
again, this is the last episode. Yeah, we came in without a plan, as you can probably tell. We didn't quite know what to do for this, and I just want to first let's just talk about some of the big memories, right?
Yeah.
Some of the big events, the defining moments for the podcast. I mean, Vince, you podcasting during the birth of your first child. Lil Vinny Jr.
Yeah,
First name Lil.
Lil Vinny Jr. Yeah. I mean, it was great. It was great. I got a little bit of criticism for this, but once everybody listened to the actual episode, they understood why we had to record. Because we were covering the episode in XD, Dragon Ball XD, where Majin Buu was resurrected and he took the form, like he took Chi-Chi's form. And then Goku and Majin Buu Chi-Chi had a baby, Gohaten Buu. And oh my God, the power level on that thing when it came out the womb was enough to shake the galaxy. So we had to talk about that.
Yeah, it's just synergy. When you've been in the PCAST game as long as we have, you recognize marketing opportunities, and I hate to call it that, but that's what it. Sorry, that is what it was. We knew
peek
that
behind the digital curtain.
Because one, birth of your first son or first child in general, big news, international news. Combined with this episode, you can't buy that kind of press.
Exactly.
Your significant other was very accommodating.
She was.
We had to ask her to keep it down a few times, but eventually we got there. So nice.
I mean, I want to take a minute to speak to her directly.
Yeah, there have been some criticisms, but I stand by you, as always.
I know it was off-putting at the time. And did I try to put the baby on mic so that everybody could hear the screams? Yes, I did that. And what it gave us was beyond what I could have ever imagined. Look, again, I don't like talking about the money stuff, but our ad revenue shot through the roof, okay? We had a paid partnership with Mount Sinai. Aaron and I are the voices of Mount Sinai International, okay? They were able to expand to every country on the planet with this, okay?
All the philanthropy. But, like, it's a small thing. But the cool thing to me is that we're the voices in the elevator. When you press the button, it's me going, 3rd floor. Pediatrics, and then we do a bit while they go up the elevator.
Do you want to just like?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just play it. I have all the recordings. Hold on, Dimitri.
Okay, great.
All right, here we go and play. Bing, 3rd floor, pediatrics.
Is that your kid? Yeah, the one right on your side.
Yeah, that's my kid. His name's Dylan, and he's sick.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that Dylan's sick. And
yeah, he's sick because he skates. Look at that backwards hat.
I knew. Well, we're down with that here at Pediatrics on the 3rd floor. Ding!
Which you've arrived on the 3rd floor. Please stop your laughing before exiting the elevator.
Bye-bye.
All right, stop.
I mean... Yeah. Did you stop it?
I did stop it. Yeah.
Okay.
We hope you don't have. We hope you don't have to go to a hospital. But if you do, we hope we can provide a little levity for you.
And Aaron, if we could, I'd like to do the radio. Can you play the radiology one?
Fine.
I love the radiology one.
All All right. All right. I'm gonna play. Well, Vince opens up this one. So
Yeah.
here we go and play.
Bing. 6th floor, radiology.
I'm the Hulk. Gamma rays turned me into who I am.
And I'm Bruce Banner. Sometimes I don't know who the monster really is.
I mean, it's me. I destroyed a lot of stuff. You keep trying to put the blame on you. I don't know why.
But Incredible Hulk, I'm the one who studied gamma radiation in the first place. And if I hadn't made those advancements in X-ray technology or radiation therapy, then you wouldn't even exist.
But if I didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to punch Loki or snap to bring everyone back. Spoilers, by the way, are still in effect for Endgame. So, look, all I'm saying is that the radiology department on the 8th floor is safe and for your benefit.
Bing! Now arriving at the 6th floor, radiology. Stop all laughter.
And stuff. It's weird they didn't let us do like 2 takes.
Yeah.
Because there's like 100 floors now there, so it got confusing.
It did. It was a marathon of a studio session. Again, I had to bring all 6 of my producers into the studio. And I mean, in a Manhattan recording studio, boy, oh boy, not fun. But you were a saint. You were a saint.
Oh.
I mean, you were so patient with everybody. Darian, the guy cannot get a good cup of coffee on the first try. He always had to come back and he drops it. Yeah, my assistants. They're great. And, you know what? Now's the perfect time to shout out all 6 of my producers, Darian, producer Miles, producer Carol 2, and producer Sarah. You guys have been my rock. You guys have been there for us, me and Aaron. And on this 1000th episode in the year 2035, I want you to know that you've helped build and solidify this empire in a way that I don't even think Elon Musk could scoff at.
Could have said it better myself.
But I mean, Aaron, what's been your favorite moment in like anything beyond XD or XD1, XD2? Like, I want to hear your favorite moment because we talked about the one that really did change, I think, my life and some others. So,
in Dragon Ball or the podcast?
I bet you there's one that does both.
Okay. I mean, you're right. Because look, I remember in XD4, Krillin and Android 18. And Krillin had to wear Android 18 like a mech suit.
Oh,
she grew
yeah.
50 feet tall.
Yep.
Because it was, what was it? Beerus had come back.
Mm-hmm.
They'd done a gender swap.
Yes.
It was Beer hers. And it was a tournament of women.
It was a tournament of women that Krillin was desperate to participate in. And Beer hers would have, and this is the thing, Beer hers was not just destroying any men who tried to enter the tournament, but actually removing them from existence. So the stakes were super high. Krillin basically had to win inside of 18.
Yeah. And they sort of explored their marital troubles at the same time. So there were parallels there. And really what it did is it inspired me to get back out there and to go on robotsonly.com. And that's where I met my lovely robot wife, 36X2.
I truly was envious because at that point I had been married for I don't know how many years at this point.
Yeah, who can keep
if you
track?
Catch my drift. But like I had been married and had one child and another on the way, and here you are with this brand new shiny love, and it was great to see. I was so happy to see you guys happy, and your robot wife, like a few weeks in,
careful counselor.
When we went out to PF Chang's, the new one.
Yeah, the one that Paul F. Tompkins runs.
Paul F. Chang's.
Yeah.
But we'd say
The
PF
guy,
still.
the statue in the front has a cool mustache now.
We all ordered ascots, which are signature drinks there. And your lovely robot wife leaned over to me and said, I won't do her voice, but
Please don't.
But she said to me basically, all of her systems are peaking and that she's experiencing a kind of love that is 100% accurate to her programming and 5% the love beyond her AI's capacity. And I said, girl, you got to lock that down with some hard firmware and a secure password.
Yeah, she did. She proposed to me because I'm a coward. That's well known.
Well known.
Well known yellow belliedness. I think the first time I played Madison Square Garden, I left like 5 times in the show. And again, we apologize. We gave refunds.
We did. We gave refunds.
But the show was only an hour and a half late. I would argue.
But for everybody that stuck around, the reviews were so high. The average ended up going beyond, all of the downvoting essentially that happens on iHeart Live Yelp. So it's like iHeartRadio's version of Yelp, but for live podcasts, because so many podcasts were just doing live performances that Broadway is now Podway. In case you forgot or were under a rock like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, Broadway died and Podway was born.
Broadway was an old man who lived under the streets, is what we come to find out. His son, Podway, came in. We all know there's weird metaphysical stuff going on.
Yes.
So, like, with Broadway dying, the entire street changed.
Yes.
And Podway took the throne.
This is a perfect time to jump into how in XD2, they were exploring metaphysical reactions at the same time that we as a humanity had discovered how metaphysics actually worked and applied to regular science. So it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Look, we're getting off track, but yeah, my deciding to meet my robot wife, 36X2, it was directly because of this podcast. And I know there's still the stigma out there about organics and inorganics, but it's like she has a will of her own. She has free will. It was programmed in there.
Yep.
She keeps telling me she has free will.
And that she will exercise it if you do not take out the trash.
I know. She's got to program me to do that. I lied a little bit, Vince. I said we didn't have any plan for this 1000th episode, but I did bring in a very special guest.
Aaron,
please. Who should be arriving any moment. Go check your door. Go check your garage door.
All right. Hello? You. What are you doing here? Hold on, Aaron. I don't know if I want this person on mic right now.
Here's how we'll do it. And just because I know who it is, and you know who it is.
I know who it is, but
I know that you have a predilection towards this person, but I thought maybe you two could it's Nick Cannon, folks.
It's Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is live in studio. My producers don't put him on mic. They fainted, and I'm not putting him on mic yet.
Yeah. Maybe you can describe his reactions or what he's saying to you, but I thought maybe for this final episode, y'all could either work it out or not. Where I leave that up to you.
Yeah, he's going to leave that up to me, Nick. Me.
You do have to describe what he's doing, though.
No. And I just wanted to make sure he got the message, and he did. He is now sitting in between Sarah and Claire, too.
Yeah.
And he's feeling it.
Yeah.
He's sweating a little bit.
Can he please take off his turban fedora combo?
The turban?
Yeah.
I'll ask him. Aaron wants you to take that thing off. Take it off.
It's insulting because you started that look.
I did start that look. I got bored of, the regular stuff the New Era was doing. And I said, how about this? And I tweeted it. And then I also Instagrammed it. And I hashtag New Era. And they were like, we're going to start production. And I said, okay, fine. But, I got to get a little bit of that. Shut up, Nick. See, now he's saying this is when he pitched the same idea. And he's standing up. I also want to describe that he is in an orange linen suit. Orange linen suit in Jordan 83.
Like you wore to the Tonys 2 years ago.
And dude, I mean, how did you? All right, now
I'm starting to regret this.
I'm going to put him on mic. I'm going to put you on mic. Okay, Nick. All right, here we go. Hey, Aaron, it's me, Nick Cannon. What's up?
Yeah, I know. Can we just
I brought that back.
Say what you want to say.
All I want to say is, man, as much guff and stuff that we have outside of this podcasting medium, and after I started my podcast, you know what? They made me change the original title. So I changed the original title. It's now Head Wraps to Wrap Your Head Around. And like you guys, I thought it was disrespect at first, but you and Vince especially have made me change who I am. And I look up to both of you, and so do all of my sons and daughters. And I'll say this. I went and I had visitation with my adult children. Mariah was there. I still need to be supervised. Mariah was there, and she said, those two Kame House Party boys, they really got you on the straight and narrow. They fixed your life by calling you out at every turn for your mediocrity. And look, I'm saying it, Vince. I'm saying it. I apologize. I apologize for anything I've done to the entertainment industry over my long and storied career. And Aaron, to you, I just want to say that your love is something that I could never have, and I've never had with Mariah. And to Vince, you and your 6 producers, and all of your wealth and accomplishments between the two of you have made me feel so small that I'm announcing that I am retiring right here, right now. Nick Cannon,
you motherfucker! This is our last. This is our last goddamn episode, you come here to try and steal our thunder.
Get out!
Get the fuck out! Go retire Aaron. On your own podcast.
Claire,
I'm sorry, Vince.
Claire 1 and 2. Claire 1 and 2. You know what to do. Vince, you know what to do with this man.
They do. Vince, for those that forgot, Vince's producers do have licenses to kill.
They do have licenses to kill. Very expensive to finance every year.
They're all 007s.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're Claire 1 and 2 ain't their real names.
Yeah. You think
Claire 1 and 2 are not their real names.
You think we told y'all their real names?
Mm-mm.
Or that they're actually just a team of highly trained assassins? No, they're producers now.
Producers.
They produce.
That can kill. So
they produce results.
Your retirement is happening a lot quicker than you thought it would. And they've taken him out back.
Okay. Good. Well, the garage is soundproof. The car place is not. So your son might hear some things.
Nothing he hasn't heard before.
All right. Vince, I am so sorry. I thought he would come. He did say he was going to come to apologize for being himself, which he kind of did. It's that Hollywood apology.
Mm-hmm. What I didn't mention is we had to keep his manager out of the studio. And do you know who his manager is? He got a new manager. This is Logan Paul.
Oh boy.
His manager is Logan Paul. So I can understand why he's so bad at it. Mm-hmm. After Logan Paul did a stint, he came out and became a manager.
He did a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
Just for being bad at YouTube. which
Oh yeah, the algorithm put him in jail.
yeah. This is why I'm sorry our episodes are no longer on YouTube. That's why we're very afraid of the algorithm. My wife 3xx2 keeps saying it's fine. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned. In that degree.
At least you guys are practicing safe ports, right?
For her,
I'm
not ready to be a father yet. Maybe in my 70s.
I can't wait.
We'll order one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have Dragon Ball stuff. We all know Android 18 was a human before she got robot androidized. And
right.
That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
We covered it in episode 375. That was the only thing that episode was about. The mechanics of Android 18.
It's long shots of diagrams.
We had so many guests on that one because it's complex.
You want to run through them really quick?
Mm-hmm. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who just
no longer problematic.
No, he just
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He loves fiction and fun again. He's like, I saw the error of my ways when some 13-year-old slammed me on Twitter, and
a momentous day for him on Twitter. He went into that. We had
I know there's only 2 more. Come on.
Yeah. I'm trying to it's the order in which I have to say these because it's kind of important. So it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was
You want to look some up?
No. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's hard to remember. Look,
I'm laughing because I can only think of all the good times we had on that pod.
I mean, it was the entirety of Boston Dynamics. Yeah, so that's hard to. I mean, I don't remember all their names. That's why
I can't remember all of them.
You didn't want to admit because it's a little embarrassing because they were all at my wedding. I mean, they were the bridal party.
They all rode in on those quadrupedal robots,
mm-hmm. Which was honestly a little offensive.
I mean, I'll say her family did not enjoy it, but as an ignorant, fleshy creature, I thought, wow, elegant and beautiful, stoic and poised.
And she's forgiven you.
She has.
She meant, you bring every time you see her, you bring it up, but you don't have to.
I don't have to, and then I'm always wearing button downs, so I open my button downs up so she can see that I'm not all organic.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm an alloy. Yeah, that's the politically correct term.
If you're an organic who supports inorganic rights, you're an alloy. We got that from what's that game?
Oh, you mean Horizon Zero Dawn 3, The Reckoning?
Horizon 3.
Starring Aloy.
Yeah. Horizon 3 Dawn. Vince, I know I don't want it to end. You don't want it to end, but we have to.
Yeah.
We got to thank you all for being with us. You old slobs, you new slobs.
You space slobs.
Mm-hmm. Even the space slobs. We love all of you. Mm-hmm. We couldn't have done this or have the lives we have now without the support and money from all of you. And we know that, and we thank you. But this is it. We don't know what we're gonna do next. Mm-hmm. Never Naruto.
Never Naruto.
Maybe Boruto.
It did get good.
It got weirdly good.
Well, they did the One Piece crossover.
Where Luffy's now a permanent member of Boruto's gang.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's going to ninja school. And it got real good after that. And it was just all tournament arcs.
It's so many tournaments.
But we don't know yet. And that's fine. The future is uncertain. You never know what's going to happen the next day. But as long as you have people that you care about and that you can have fun with, then that no matter what happens in the future, I think you can get through it. As long as you get through it together.
Right. And those are the key lessons of Dragon Ball throughout every iteration, episode, movie, and theme, that friendship conquers all things, and with each other, we can become great, and we have. Look at how humanity has expanded across the solar system in our time, Aaron. Look at how we flourished as a people and as a system, a global network of people helping each other, everybody making money. There's no strife, there's no war. Internet is free. And in 2035, I think we can say that we were a big part of that. And to anybody who's still going through anything, it's hard to imagine because life's so good for us all. I think I can finally say, Aaron, and you can join in with me when I say this, everybody can just stop